Demon Slayer has received criticism for the character of Muzan Kibutsuji and how his role as the series' final villain was disappointing. Some fans have claimed that they wanted Muzan to have more unique motivations, but a lot of people tend to overlook his inherent cruelty and how it can be quite realistic to a degree, evidenced by a detail in the 4th season of the anime. Muzan was set up by the Corps thanks to Lady Tamayo's aid. So, the villain mentions how he turned her into a demon to save her from a disease without having her know that she was going to kill her husband and children to satisfy her need for human flesh. This kind of twisted logic is quite prevalent in Muzan's character throughout Demon Slayer, and several actions throughout his life further emphasize him as one of anime's cruelest villains. The 4th season of the anime adaptation had Muzan set up by the Corps with the help of Lady Tamayo. It also saw the villain mocking her for killing her husband and children, thanks to him turning her into a demon, without giving her full knowledge of the thirst for human flesh. This was definitely a cruel move by Muzan, but it also highlights his role as one of anime's most sadistic villains, simply because his evilness stems from his human days. Despite always dealing with illness, Muzan as a human was also ruthless, violent, and prone to mistreating others, with his existence as a demon solely centered around him and his needs. He doesn't care about the demons who work for him, or the many lives he has taken to keep on existing, which was only elevated when he transformed for the first time centuries ago. The case of Lady Tamayo might be the most prominent to fans who only watch the ufotable anime adaptation. However, it is confirmed in the manga that Muzan married several women and was a known physical and psychological abuser of them. This stems from a natural inclination to overpower those around him, which is a common trait among abusers in real life, to elevate themselves by knocking others down. There is no denying that Muzan is one of the most divisive Demon Slayer characters, because a lot of fans don't feel that he lived up to the hype. Some feel that his past was underwhelming, with some preferring the likes of Akaza and Kokushibo, while others claim that the resolution of his final battle wasn't quite well executed. However, Muzan works as a direct contrast to the protagonist, Tanjiro Kamado. While the former is an awful person who only lives for himself, the latter is inherently selfless and kind-hearted. Muzan represents the worst of civilization in the series and the origin of demons, which is an interesting role, especially considering that he lives by slaughtering and eating humans around him. Demon Slayer might not have gotten everything right with the character of Muzan, but his cruelty and evil were portrayed quite well. Whether it is mocking Lady Tamayo's tragedy, berating and mistreating his wives, or simply slaughtering people to keep on living, Muzan's cruel nature is a constant of the franchise.